What if I told you that one US state alone makes more money than the entire economy of the United Kingdom? Or that another state is quietly becoming the next Silicon Valley, without the crazy California prices? Today, we're counting down the top 10 richest states in America, ranked by GDP. From coast to coast, these states are driving innovation, industry, and insane levels of income. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stick around to see which state dominates them all, because number 1 might just blow your mind. At number 10, North Carolina. North Carolina kicks off the list with a GDP just over $800 billion, and it's growing fast. Charlotte has become a national banking hub, second only to New York City in financial assets. Raleigh-Durham, anchored by the Research Triangle, is booming in biotech, software, and clean energy. Add in a strong manufacturing base, military spending, and agriculture, and you've got one of the most well-rounded economies in the South. Plus, with lower costs of living and a population nearing 11 million, North Carolina is a rising star for both businesses and families. At number 9, Georgia, with a GDP of $860 billion, Georgia blends Southern charm with serious economic muscle. Atlanta leads the charge. It's home to corporate giants like Coca-Cola, Delta, and Home Depot. The city also boasts a fast-growing film industry, sometimes nicknamed Hollywood of the South. Logistics is huge here, thanks to the port of Savannah and the world's busiest airport. Georgia is also a major agricultural producer, especially in poultry and peanuts. With a growing population and a median household income of around $71,000, Georgia's blend of culture and commerce keeps paying off. At number 8, Washington. Washington state punches way above its weight with a GDP of $1.1 trillion. Why? 2 words: tech and trade. Seattle is home to Amazon and Microsoft, fueling a massive chunk of the state's wealth. Boeing keeps aerospace flying high, while ports in Seattle and Tacoma move billions in goods to and from Asia. The clean energy sector is also growing fast, especially hydropower. Though the cost of living can be steep, the median household income here is over $85,000, proof that high wages and high innovation go hand in hand. At number 7, Ohio. Ohio might surprise you, but its economy is rock solid at over $1.1 trillion. With a strategic location in the Midwest, Ohio is a logistics and manufacturing beast. It's a leader in auto parts, plastics, and aerospace components. Columbus has become a tech and insurance hub, while Cleveland and Cincinnati power healthcare and finance. Add in strong agriculture, think soybeans and corn, and you've got a state that quietly moves America forward. Median income sits around $65,000, and affordable housing makes Ohio a smart choice for businesses and families alike. At number 6, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania hits the $1 trillion mark by combining history with innovation. Philadelphia drives finance, education, and biotech, while Pittsburgh has reinvented itself as a robotics and AI hub. Natural gas from the Marcellus Shale fuels both homes and the economy. Meanwhile, the state's rich farmland keeps food and exports flowing. With nearly 13 million residents and a median income of $72,000, Pennsylvania proves you don't have to be flashy to be powerful. At number 5, Illinois. Illinois boasts a GDP of $1.1 trillion, and Chicago is the engine behind it all. As one of the world's leading financial centers, the Windy City hosts the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and a deep bench of Fortune 500 companies. Transportation is another win. O'Hare is a global hub, and the state has more freight rail than any other. Add in manufacturing, education, and agriculture, and Illinois holds its own with the coastal heavyweights. The median income is about $75,000, and despite Chicago's costs, housing remains accessible in many areas. At number 4, Florida. With a blazing $1.7 trillion GDP, Florida is more than just a tourist magnet. Sure, Disney and Miami draw over 137 million visitors a year, but the real magic is economic. Aerospace is launching sky-high thanks to SpaceX and NASA, while Miami's ports dominate international trade with Latin America. Agriculture, especially oranges and tomatoes, brings in billions. Add in no state income tax, and you've got 22 million residents, and counting, fueling one of the fastest-growing state economies in the U.S. At number 3, New York. New York brings the financial firepower with a staggering $2.3 trillion GDP. Wall Street alone accounts for over a quarter of that, with trillions traded daily on the NYSE and Nasdaq. But New York's strength is also its diversity. Media, tech, healthcare, and real estate all shine. Upstate cities like Buffalo and Albany add manufacturing and green energy to the mix. The state's GDP per capita is the highest in the nation, and though NYC's cost of living is sky high, the career opportunities here are second to none. At number 2. Texas. Texas isn't just big, it's booming, with a $2.7 trillion GDP and one of the most diversified economies in the world. Energy leads the way. Texas dominates oil, gas, and wind. But tech is rising fast, especially in Austin, now home to Tesla, Apple, and over 6,000 startups. Houston powers aerospace and medicine, while Dallas handles finance and commerce. Texas also tops agriculture with cattle, cotton, and more. With 30 million people, no state income tax, and a strong job market, Texas is doing everything right, at full throttle. At number 1. California, with a jaw-dropping $4.1 trillion GDP, California is in a league of its own. It's the global headquarters of innovation. Silicon Valley alone generates hundreds of billions through tech giants like Apple, Google, and Meta. Law's entertainment machine, from Hollywood to Netflix, adds billions more. The Central Valley is America's farm basket, producing a third of the country's vegetables. Aerospace, biotech, green energy, it's all here. Yes, it's expensive, but with a median income of $91,000 and world-changing opportunities, California remains the ultimate economic heavyweight. From small but mighty states to global giants, these 10 are driving the US economy forward in a big way. Which one surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and let us know. And if you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next big video. See you in the next one.